Hey everybody, Playtendoguy here, and I'm back for another video. It's that time again. It's time to hit the road and do a bit of Blu-ray, DVD and video game shopping. So we're going to go out, hit a few shops and see what we can find. So let's go. So we've finally arrived at King's Lynn on this beautiful sunny day. Here we have King's Lynn Minster, situated on the Saturday Marketplace. It was originally known as St Margaret's Church till 2011 when it was renamed King's Lynn Minster. The building was founded in 1101 and it has been welcoming people for well over 900 years. King's Lynn Minster is also a part of the Lynn Lumiere project, which sees 6 artworks being projected on different buildings around the town. These light shows run every night throughout the year from dusk for approximately 2 to 3 hours. That's enough history for today. Let's get on with the shopping. First stop of the day is Poundland, and in typical Poundland fashion, there isn't nothing new here. This store hasn't had nothing new in for about 4 weeks, but I'll show you all the titles on offer anyway. Next up, we're in Morrison's, and as you can see, Morrison's has had all the new big releases. First up, we have Tom and Jerry the movie and Zack Snyder's Justice League on DVD and Blu-ray. Here is the DVD. Most of the Marvel films are still on offer. The DVDs are $5 and the Blu-rays are $7. There's also a few more straight to DVDs here, as well as a few more DC superheroes on DVD. Whilst in store, I noticed this Father's Day display which showcases films that your father may like. From Dunkirk to Tenet to Darkest Hour. Though Bill and Ted's there, it isn't £4. I took it to the till and it was $10. I noticed this little display for the new Tom and Jerry film, along with Raya and the Last Dragon. And to the corner they did have a display for Zack Snyder's Justice League, though they only had the DVDs on this display. Into HMV we go, and here's a look at all those 4Ks. I don't have a 4K player, but I thought it'd be good to show off the 4K collection that this store has. Here is a look at the horror section, and you can see I pick up a steelbook for Hereditary at 25 quid, and I picked up the normal Amaray copy for £2 in Poundland. Unbelievable. Here's a look at some of the other horror titles H&B have on offer. Here is the big wall of Blu-rays. Unfortunately, there's no discount aisle in this store. They did have one, but unfortunately now they've reopened, they've got rid of it. But we have a huge selection of big well-known Blu-rays here. There's absolutely hordes here. Anything take your fancy? Tell me in the comments section down below. One of the big offers that is currently doing the rounds in H&B is the 101 films. We have the New Kids for $9.99 in the special box set, as well as Howard the Duck. Here's a quick look at the wall of Arrow titles at H&B, as well as looking at some of the other 101 films H&B have on offer. Time for a much needed Costa break. as well as a muffin. Poundland number 2, and again like the last one, there's nothing new here. It's the same old stock that's been here for the past 2 to 3 months. But I'll pan through it quickly and show you all the titles on offer, and there's a few boxes on the top shelf and I'll have a quick look in them as well. Tesco now, and I'm seeing a standout here for Tom and Jerry the movie. They have got one copy or a couple of copies of it on Blu-ray, but there's no Zack Snyder's Justice League display, which was in another Tesco that I went in earlier this week. Here is the Blu-ray stand in Tesco, and it's a good selection of stuff. We've still got last week's big release, Raya and the Last Dragon, Wonder Woman, Let Him Go, the Mission Impossible set, as well as the 5-film Tom Cruise set for 30 quid. There is a couple of copies of Zack Snyder's Justice League on both Blu-ray and 4K. I'm also noticing they've got the Game of Thrones complete set for 100 quid. Actually out on the shop floor, though the thing is, it's got one of them hubs round and it's damaged the box really quite bad. Here is a selection of some of the DVDs, and it's mostly all the same stuff. They have got a copy of Zack Snyder's Justice League, as well as a few other straight to DVD stuff. We still have a copy of The Swordsman on DVD, though I'm pretty tempted to get the Blu-ray, which is only a few quid more. Continuing on, and it's the same selection of DVDs and TV shows being displayed here, though I did notice they have got Indiana Jones the complete box set on Blu-ray for 20 quid, and it's a nice looking box set. On to the video games now, and I'm seeing Paper Mario the Origami King for 39 quid. A little bit on that one later. They've also got a copy of FIFA 21 if that's your thing for 15 quid. Immortals Phoenix Horizon is only 25, and Minecraft Dungeons is also on offer. A quick look at the Xbox stuff, and I'm seeing Outriders is £35, FIFA's 15, as well as a collector's edition of FIFA for 20 quid. Also Marvel's Avengers is 20 quid as well, which isn't too bad. There's on to the PlayStation stuff now, and the first thing I'm seeing is Marvel's Avengers for 20 quid, as well as NBA 21 for £9, Outriders is £35, as is Spider-Man Miles Morales. Also noticing Sackboy's. Yes, it's a game that has divided people, but it's well worth a shot for only £4. Absolute bargain. Anyway, that's enough for today, so let's bugger off home. And we're back, people, and it's been a really good day. The sun's been shining and the shops have been busy, and we have made quite a few pickups and deliveries this week. We've been to HMV, we've been to a few supermarkets, and we've also been to a couple of pound shops along the way. So without further ado, shall we get into the pickups and deliveries of this week? It's quite a big lot to go through. Let's get into it. First up, we're going to go through the games, and in no particular order, we have Marvel Avengers for the PS4. I've been after this for a while, ever since it came out last September, and I've been put off by it mainly due to the price and mainly due to the mixed reviews. but it was only about 17 quid from Curry's, and I've been playing for it, and it's not too bad actually. The story mode is pretty good, but I've heard the end game stuff isn't that great. On to a game that I've actually reviewed for the channel, Paper Mario the Origami King. Yeah, it was actually a really fun game, but I didn't have a physical copy, and as it was only £21 in Curry's, I thought better time than any to get it because that's a real cheap price, especially for a first party Nintendo title. And the final game of the week is a remake of a PS1 classic, and that is new and tasty Oddworld's Abe's Odyssey. Yeah, this originally came out on the PS1 back in the day, and they remade it a few years ago, and then quite recently they brought it over to Switch. Haven't played it, but I have played the previous Oddworld games on the Switch and really enjoyed them, so this is the only one I needed for the collection. Also a book. Yeah, picked this one from Poundland, and that is Gangster Squad. Yeah, it's based on a film, I think. I remember the film coming out quite a few years ago, but for a quid, I thought that's a good price. Look how thick that bad boy is. That'll take some time to go through. Yep, so obviously it's going to be about gangsters. It looks like a good film. Good film, good book. It looks like a good book. I haven't seen the film. Probably will end up seeing the film instead of reading this. It's certainly going to be quicker. On to the main event, and that's the Blu-rays. First up is Zack Snyder's Justice League. I did do an unboxing for the channel, and I will post the link in the comments section down below so you can watch this. I haven't seen it yet, hoping to. It's just trying to find 4 hours spare to watch it. I've seen Angel and Olympus, but I still haven't seen it yet, but we have now, and that is London Has Fallen. Pretty good action film with Gerard Butler. Also had an Arrow delivery this week, and that is The Ghoul. Haven't really got a clue what this is about, but this was like super cheap. This was only like about 3 or 4 quid, and I think it's like a detective drama. Looks quite good, and an Arrow title for only 3 or 4 quid, you can't say no. Next up is probably one of my most hated films of all time. I really didn't like it on first and second viewing. I've only got it on DVD, but I thought, you know what, let's upgrade it, and that's The Last Jedi. I really don't like this film. I just can't get into this film. But again, I upgraded it to Blu-ray. Probably watch it in a few months' time and like it. Probably not. I just really couldn't get into this film. I don't know why I got it, but it was only like 3 quid, and I've now upgraded all my Star Wars films to Blu-ray, apart from Solo. Continuing on with the deliveries, I had a selection of 3 films from the entertainment store off eBay. These were like 3 for 2, so it only come to about 20 quid. First up is a film that we watched a couple of nights ago, and that's Charles Bronson's Death Wish. Really good film actually, really good film. Quite a hard watch in the first 20 minutes, but after then it's a pretty solid revenge thriller. And I partnered that up with a film I haven't even seen before, but I've heard people say it's quite good, and that's Blazing Saddles. From what I gather, it's like a comedy western. Looks quite good. Haven't seen it yet, obviously. And then this was the main reason I wanted to do this bundle, and that is the Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry collection, which includes Dirty Harry, Magnum Force, The Enforcer, Sudden Impact, and The Deadpool. So this is all on 5 discs, with quite a few special features actually, if you want to pause that. And we've had another box set delivered, and these are films that I've seen a couple, but I haven't seen them all, and that is the Die Hard collection. Wow, 4 collection. I never bothered with 5 because I've heard 5 is awful and it doesn't look that great. This comes with Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, and Die Hard 4.0. Watched the first Die Hard the other night, and it's a very good action film. So there we go, we have the first Die Hard, the classic. Die Hard 2, never seen that. Die Hard with a Vengeance, I have seen that, it's a pretty good film. And Die Hard 4.0. And in H&V they've been having a deal on 101 films, and I'm not really into 101 films, but I did have a look at some of the catalogue of titles they've got on offer. And these two films have interested me in quite a while. One of them they never had in last week, but this week they've had it in, and that is Into the Night. And that was $5.99, and it stars Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Pfeiffer, and it seems to be sort of like a road action film. From what I gather, Jeff Goldblum has a really crap life and he's fed up with life, and then he bumps into Michelle Pfeiffer, who's on the run from some sort of gangsters or something, and they hit the road together and they get in all sorts of trouble. It's supposed to be a pretty good film. It's also directed by John Landis, who done An American Werewolf in London, and apparently has so many cameos in it from various different famous people, including David Bowie. And the other 101 release that I picked up is The Deep. I don't really know much about it, but it seems to be like these people go out on a boat and it gets hijacked by pirates, I think. I don't really know a lot about it, but the trailer did look pretty impressive, and for $5.99 you can't really say no. And the final selection of films all come from Poundland. I popped into a local Poundland in the week and they had a new delivery, and these were the ones that I picked up. We had Gran Torino with Clint Eastwood. This is obviously one of his later films. I think this came out in 2008 or 2009. And I've seen this film in One Below on DVD, but I've always wanted to get a Blu-ray, and Poundland had it the other day. And that is The Book of Eli with Denzel Washington, and I think Gary Oldman's in it. It's like a post-apocalyptic film. Anyway, in the Poundland we visited today, up in the boxes, they actually had this film in, which is doing the rounds now because it's on 4K, but as I don't have a 4K player, I couldn't really say no to this. And that's Super 8 for £2. Never seen the film, but I've heard loads of positive things, so for £2 I thought, why not? And the final pickup of the week is G.I. Joe Rise of the Cobra. I did see the teaser trailer for, I think it's called Snake Eyes, and that seems to be an origin story about one of these characters here, and it looked quite good. I haven't seen any of these films, but I noticed this one was in Poundland, so I picked it up. And if you've made it this far, I've got a treat for you. The other week I picked up San Andreas, and I've already got a digital copy of it, and as there's a digital code in it, I thought I'd give it away. There you go. It says on there that the date has expired, but I did get a digital copy a couple of months ago and it went through just fine. So just go to warnerbrothers.co.uk/UV redeem, and whoever gets it first can have a free digital copy of San Andreas. Anyway, we're at the end of the video now, and I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. If you could like and subscribe, that would be totally awesome. What do you think of the pickups I've had this week? Quite an epic week, I must say. And as always, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye.